everyone. Today's lesson and presentation is going to be about mental and emotional health. We did kind of start to talk about this when I had the previous presentation on COVID. So what is it, right? Mental and emotional health is the ability to accept yourself and others. It is the ability to express and manage your own emotions, which can be difficult, and also deal with the demands and the challenges that happen in your life day to day, right? It helps you function effectively every day. So, a couple questions. Do you see yourself in a positive way? Think about that for a moment. Are you able to handle challenges or setbacks well? Something happens out of the blue that you weren't prepared for. Are you able to handle that? Or do you freak out? Or, what happens? So if you're able to say yes to those questions, it is a sign of good mental and emotional health. If you're saying no to any of those, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have poor mental or emotional health. It just means that maybe we can help you learn more tools to cope with that. I also want you to take a moment and think about what are some examples or challenges and setbacks that a teenager your age, 9, 10, 11th, or 12th grade, might face on a daily basis. Usually if we were in school, I would have you guys maybe pair up or talk in a group about this question, and then we would kind of talk about it out loud. So the importance of mental and emotional health, right? Why is it important? So a few reasons. It can make you happier, able to enjoy life, make you feel more confident in yourself, comfortable with other people, be able to be more flexible and cope with a variety of feelings and situations that you may have day to day. And it could also affect other areas of your health, like physical health, social and family health as well. Characteristics of good mental emotional health. So what characteristics might someone have who has good mental and emotional health? Like what would somebody possess characteristic-wise that has good health in those areas? So here's a few, okay? People who have good mental emotional health would probably demonstrate the following characteristics. A sense of belonging, feeling close to your friends, your family, maybe your teachers, or other people that provide you support. A sense of purpose, feeling like you value the importance of yourself, right? To reach your goals even. And a positive outlook, not being negative all the time, seeing the bright side of things, glass half full instead of half empty. Self-sufficiency, having the confidence to make decisions to promote your sense of independence and self-assurance, and healthy self-esteem. It can help you accept and recover from any failures or difficulties that are going on in your life. So everyone has to manage difficult and stressful situations, right? We all come from different areas. We all come from different backgrounds, right? Healthy people can handle stress in positive ways instead of directly thinking of the negative or jumping into like a negative loop. I like to say people are more resilient. They're able to adapt and change effectively and recover from something that might happen out of blue that you weren't ready for, or a crisis or something that made you sad or upset. Self-esteem, going back to this word. It's about yourself. It's how much you value, how much you respect, how much you feel confident about you, right? Developing self-esteem influences the other characteristics that we talked about of good mental health. It affects your overall attitude and the healthy choices that you make. And how can you develop this? There are situations and things that increase your self-esteem, right? You praise yourself for a job well done. Might sound silly, but it's so true. Okay? Self-esteem increases when you believe that you can succeed or when you are able to master something new. Being able to understand that nobody succeeds at new tasks and activities every single time or all the time, right? Failure is actually a good thing because it helps you learn. Being able to use positive self-talk in your head, being able to be positive about what's going on in your surroundings, what's going on in your life. So an example of negative talk, we're starting virtual school, right? Ugh, I don't want to do virtual school. I want to be in school. This is going to be too hard. I can't see my friends. This sucks. It's going to be awful. I'm not going to be able to learn. Negative, 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 right? So how can you change that up? So maybe you can pause this and think about how you can change that up in a positive way of self-talk. Think about it yourself. So a couple of examples of positive self-talk is, well, you know what? Virtual learning is not exactly what I thought my year would start off as. I didn't really like it in the spring, but you know what? I'm going to try my best. I'm going to make sure I stay on top of things. I'm going to join my teacher's Zoom meetings if I have any questions. I'm going to open up that communication between myself and my teachers so that they can help me get through this process, right? I got this. I can do this. And I can make mistakes. It's okay. And the benefits, right? It can help you feel proud of yourself and your abilities and your skills and your accomplishments. It's like a snowball effect, but in a positive way. You know, setbacks or failures, it's all temporary. You learn from your setbacks and you can move forward from them. And you have the confidence, you feel good about yourself to be able to attack those challenges and be able to overcome them, like virtual learning, right? It can give you the confidence to maybe try something new, regardless of the outcome. Like I told you guys to join my Zoom meetings, right? Some people who joined were so scared. They popped up on the screen and they saw me and they were like, ah, okay? But they did it, right? They tried it and they're still alive. Nothing bad happened, right? Not seeing yourself as a failure if you are not able to succeed at something that first time or that second time even, or even that third time. So improving your self-esteem. You can control many things that affect you. Avoid criticizing yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. And maybe not spending time with people who are criticizing you or people who are negative all the time, because that can bring you down. I know when I'm hanging around my friends who are in a bad mood, not fun. Not fun at all. Being able to set realistic expectations. Don't expect everything to be perfect, because it's not. Choose friends who value you, who respect you. If you're not happy in your friendship group or your friendship circle, maybe try and meet new people. Focus on the positivity, on the positive aspects of yourself. Try not to dwell on negative things about you. And like we talked about earlier, trying to replace that negative self-talk in your head with positive self-talk. You guys would be surprised how much that can change your attitude on things if you're able to do that. And working towards accomplishments rather than being perfect. Doesn't always have to be perfect. Consider your mistakes as learning opportunities. Guys, listen. Failures, you learn more from failing than you do from succeeding. And you're going to look back in your life later on and you're going to be like, Diamond was right, so call me when that happens. Trying new activities, discover talents, writing down goals and steps, exercising regularly to feel more energized. Might not be fun, but afterwards you feel so much better. Volunteer your time to help somebody else. When you focus on somebody else and helping other people, definitely makes you feel better about you. And accepting the things that you can't change. Focus your energy on things that you can control, not things that you can't control. Developing self-awareness, right? So there's something called, Abraham Maslow created a theory that explains human development and people's motivations. It's called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So it's kind of like a rank of needs from like the basic essential all the way up, building to your highest potential. All right, this is what it looks like. So your basic needs are down here. Down here. Physiological. So that means breathing, food, water, sleep. I know it says sex because it's talking about reproduction and creating our species, right? Our humans. You're probably laughing, especially those freshmen. Next thing, safety, feeling security. Whether that's employment or family or friends or having a home, right? A roof over your head. Next thing, love, belonging, very important to us, right? Friendship, family, intimacy with somebody. And then moves up to self-esteem, confidence, respecting others, self-esteem. And then the last thing, all the way up, is self-actualization, okay? Creativity, morality, spontaneity, problem solving, lack of prejudice, acceptance of facts. So that's kind of like your basic needs all the way up to your highest potential. And how can you meet your needs in a healthy way, right? It's important to understand how to meet needs in a healthy way and avoid meeting needs using high-risk behaviors, okay? So for example, if somebody feels like they're not getting needed from their family, let me go back real quick. All right, they're not feeling safe with their family, or they're loved, they don't feel loved, right? Friendship, family. Sometimes they might join a gang, or they might get into a crowd that might not be as safe. So they're trying to meet that belonging, that need, but it might not be a positive way or a healthy way, right? I want you to take a second, go back, pause it, rewind it to this over here, and think about what level are you focused on right now. So if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, does it change age to age? Maybe, right? Maybe some of you guys are at your safety area. I would guess many of you guys are at love/belonging. You want to feel like you belong. You want to feel liked. You want to feel loved. That's everyone. And it's completely normal. Why do you think understanding your needs can affect your self-esteem? So I want you to take a moment and think about that. You can pause this if you need. All about perspective. Life is all about perspective. It's all about the way that you see things. Okay? Wake up like a boss. Chicken walking right into KFC. That was a joke. So optical illusions, right? It's the same picture, it's just a different view. What do you see? Do you see white pillars? Or do you see black shaded people? What do you see? You see an hourglass? Or do you see two faces facing each other? Which line is the longest? I'll tell you one thing. They are the exact same size. They're all the same. It's all about perspective. Do you see these circles moving? Are they spinning? Do you see a duck facing the left? Or a rabbit facing the right? Right? How many gray dots do you see? Are they changing from white to black to gray? How many do you see? This is a fun one. So you should pause it and try this out. Messes with your mind. We're going to get more into this too when we talk about the nervous system. Say the color of each word. The color. Try it out. Pause this and try it out, and then play when you're done. Are the horizontal lines straight, or are they diagonal? So I'm talking about this line right here. I'm talking about this line right here. Oops. It's an optical illusion. They're all straight. Take a ruler, try it out. Do you see a face or a word? What word? Stare at the middle dot, which is right here, and the stars eventually disappear. You can pause it and try it. Okay? So we're going to be talking about mental disorders and mental health problems and the difference between all that. It's very important to know the interrelationship of mental health states. Okay? Down here in the blue would be no distress. no problem or disorder, right? Up in the green, it's mental distress, which means you're upset, you might be annoyed, unhappy, sad, angry, bitter, blue, down, distressed, anxious, disappointed, whatever. Doesn't mean you have a problem, it's just mental distress. You're going through some stress. Up in the yellow is you might have a mental health problem. You're heartbroken. Somebody broke your heart, or somebody close to you passed away. That can be very, very difficult. You're mourning, okay? You're grieving. And then up in the pink area, a mental disorder or illness. For example, depression. And we'll be talking about that later on. So, I hope you had fun with those those illusions, and I hope you learned something. Make sure you move on to the next assignment, which is the assessment. Remember, you have 3 opportunities to take that, and I will take your highest grade.